What's up, DG? It's Matt, and welcome to the NFL Wild Card. We got picks. We got my final record: 166, 104, and 1. It was pretty good. Positive record, 50 plus victories. But now we get into the postseason. This is the nitty gritty. I got all the games scheduled for each day, so here we go. I might even throw my Super Bowl, my unbiased and my biased and unbiased Super Bowl picks as well at the end. So stick around for that. But let's get into the video. First off, you got the Raiders, number 5 seed in the AFC, just at insane game against the Chargers. What a game to end this insane season. It was almost like poetry, like how perfect it ended. And the Chargers took a timeout when the Raiders were trying to run down the clock in overtime so they could both get into the playoffs. And the Chargers just called a timeout. Brandon Staley, like, what are you doing? So the Raiders are just like Michael Jordan. I took that personally. And Daniel Carson gets the job done with a game-winning field goal. And so the Chargers miss the playoffs, and the Steelers get in instead of getting the tie. And then you got the Bengals who rested their starters the final week, and so the Browns swept them this season, won by 5 points. But it's no big deal because the Bengals got in anyway. They won the division, top 4, number 4 in the AFC, and they are riding. They won before. Last time they met. The Bengals scored 30. It was 32-13, but it was a very close. It was a one possession game, and going into the fourth quarter, where the Raiders made a bunch of turnovers and the Bengals just took advantage of those. So who do I have winning here? Well, it is obvious. This is my team, baby. I got the Bengals. Moving on, and it all depends in each round who each team faces, depending on what seed wins. So Bengals are 4. We'll see where they end up at the end of the video. Next up, you got the Pats versus the Bills. Patriots ended up with the number 6 seed. Very disappointing loss to the Dolphins. Even though they already clinched, it was pretty disappointing. They tried to climb back, and then they had the most ugly lateral play I've ever seen, where the Dolphins picked it off and ran into the. Well, they already were in the end zone, so they got a touchdown from it at the end. It was just so ugly. These teams have played twice, and they're going to play 3 times now, where both of them has won one. The Patriots won in a absolute monsoon, and the Bills won regularly. So with that knowledge, I got to give it to the Bills here. And they are the 3 seed, so let's see where they end up. I believe they're 3 seed, yep. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Buccaneers. These teams also played each other again. All these teams have played each other already. And it was actually a close game. The Eagles, the Bucs had a big lead, and the Eagles slowly climbed back until it was a one possession game, and they were driving, and the Eagles got a taunting penalty, so they just, they lost the game as the time ran out. So, big taunting, big controversial call too. Maybe they would have had that game. So it definitely could be very close, but it's Tom Brady in the postseason doesn't go well with the Eagles. It is Tom Brady versus the Eagles though, so I guess that contradicts. I'm going with the Buccaneers though. That's the safe pick. Eagles could get an upset here, and it wouldn't be the most surprising of all the playoff games if this team upsets that I didn't call. So the Eagles could win, but I got the Bucs here. Next up, you got the This will be on Nickelodeon as well as all their regular broadcasts. Number 6 in the NFC, the 49ers. Number 3, winning their division, the Cowboys. Cowboys, listen. 49ers got a very thrilling game, very thrilling ending, and got into the playoffs by beating the Rams down 0-17 at halftime. I mean, they definitely deserve the playoffs after coming back from that deficit. Cowboys have played no good teams. They have played good teams, but they have not beat any good teams. 6-0 is their division. That means they won 6 other games. It was the Falcons. One was the The inconsistent Chargers who didn't make the playoffs. Uh, they lost to the Raiders and the Broncos. So, yeah, can you really trust this team? Is what I'm saying. I don't know. So I'm giving it to the 49ers. I'm giving them the upset. I think they're gonna upset them on Nickelodeon, baby. Moving on. Next up, you got the Steelers, who I don't even know how the hell they're in the playoffs, and then you got the Chiefs. Listen, if the Steelers were playing anybody, maybe they'd be able to get the upset. But they played the Chiefs. They played them in the regular season already. It ended. It was like 0-30 at halftime. Ended up 10-36, something like that. So, yeah, you just gotta go with the Chiefs here. As I was saying, it sucks that Big Ben got in the playoffs because they had to play the Chiefs no matter what, and it sucks because this will be your last game instead of the regular season one that you got a big win against the Browns and the Ravens. You should not. You should not. It's gonna be a sucky retirement party. I'm just gonna say that. And on Monday nights, yes, that's right, a Monday night playoff game. You got the Cardinals away versus the Rams. That's the key word, away. They have faced their divisional opponents, so they faced twice, which one has each won. And the Cardinals won away, and the Rams won at Arizona. So, who's winning this game? Well, the Cardinals last time. Okay, I think it was either week 4 or 5 where the Cardinals played them. They won by about 17 points. When the Rams played them, Cardinals got an onside kick, got the ball back, and it was a one possession game. So, and I heard that the Cardinals are going to get possibly J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins back in the postseason. I got a Cardinals upset here, dude. I know the Rams are going Super Bowl or bust, but just something's telling me, man. The Cardinals, the Rams kind of, they kind of they ran out of their fumes. They were on fire, and then they lost to the Rams. I mean, they lost to the 49ers week 18. I don't know. I don't think they're so hot. And the Cardinals, I mean, they're obviously not hot. They lost to the Seahawks week 18, but man, I think this away will play a factor. I think the players coming back will play a factor, and the Cardinals will win this game. Meanwhile, you got the Titans and the Packers as sitting as the 1 seeds. So, let's talk about who I have winning right now, right? So I have in the AFC, I got the Bengals, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Titans would be the ones moving on. So therefore, the Bengals are the highest seed. They're 4 moving on. So they would play the Titans in the next round, and it would be Bills Chiefs. What a game that would be. And then in the NFC, I have the 49ers, Cardinals, Buccaneers, and Packers. So the Packers would play the 49ers, and the Cardinals would play the Buccaneers. That'd be an interesting. Yeah, those would be interesting. But here's my bias. You're here, my biased Super Bowl picks right now. All right, so here's my biased and unbiased. Biased, Bengals versus Packers. That would be an absolute shootout. Imagine that you remember the regular season game where no one could make a kick. That would just be fun Super Bowl to go back on. 2 MVP candidates, Joe Burrow versus Aaron Rodgers, would be sick. And then my unbiased pick was the one I actually predicted at the very beginning of the season before it even started. Bills versus Rams. It would be definitely high scoring because it was last year. I don't remember which team it was. I think it was the Bills. They led the Rams 28-3, and the Rams came all the way back and tied it, and then the Bills got a touchdown and ended the game, something like that. So it was like 35, 34 to 28. It was pretty sick. So yeah, Bills Rams would just be an interesting Super Bowl, for sure. I would. It would be an entertaining one at least. high-powered defenses, two high-powered offenses going at it. And they're not underdogs, but like they're both not number one seeds. They're not like the most favorited of the conferences to make it in. So that's why they both definitely have a shot. It's realistic. And I also made Bills and Cardinals. So Bills and Rams, Bills and Cardinals. Either one of those in the division, the NFC West versus the Bills would be a good one. And that's gonna be the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. We'll see how the picks go. See you next time.